Welcome back to the offseason in our 32-team Anchorage Bisons Relocation Franchise. We, of course, are a very low overall team, so this is a time that we were looking forward to basically since the start of week 1. But with that being said, sure, 5-12 is not a great record. Sure, it's going to be a high draft pick, but we actually did compete. We were not a team that everyone thought would be just rolled over instantly. This is a team that scared a lot of teams, and we obviously won some games, but also lost others in spectacular fashion. A big thing that really kind of plagued us in this one was the fact that we had quarterback issues and quarterback injuries. You know, when somebody got hot, it seems like they were injured. And then the next guy came in, they got hot, they got injured. And there was just no real consistency at the position, whether it was because of injury or just play. And then we had wide receivers. Shorter had his moments. Bell had his moments. Cobb obviously had his moments. He had a 200-yard, 4-touchdown game, I believe. O-line, they definitely could have been a lot worse. You know, obviously we want them to be better, but they definitely played, up to standard for their standard, which isn't really saying much. And then on the defensive side of the ball, we did get a couple of dev-ups, right? Nick Jones is a star. Cam Jones is a superstar. Weatherford is a star. And then obviously we have Kuntz, who is an X-Factor. Rodriguez was a superstar early on and finally got revealed. Hayes is also a star dev. Who do we replace? Who do we not replace? I think that's going to be a harder decision than, are they normal, are they star, are they superstar? Because as much as I like Hayes, I don't ever see him being higher than a number 3. 25 years old, plays that slot role really well. Nick Jones, obviously way younger, 6 foot tall. Not the fastest guy in the world, but has a pretty high ceiling here because of that age. But there is a lot of problems across the board on this team. And besides quarterback, pass rush, edge rusher, that is first and foremost the issue on this team. There is a lot, and I mean a lot of positions that we can fix, although I will say there's only so much we can do. So if we even get 5 brand new starting level talents this offseason, I would absolutely call that a win. Of course, looking at the retirements, did we have any? I don't know if I've seen Cobb there or not, but Randall Cobb, I'd like to bring him back. I don't know if he has a contract already, or if he, is on a contract year and needs one, but even as a mentor, even if he doesn't play another snap for us, which after last season he definitely should, I think that alone would be worth it. Of course, for the recap, in case you didn't see the season, this is how it kind of ended. The Super Bowl was won by the Mounties over the Dreadnoughts by 3, and of course, the Mounties winner, Dak Prescott, the MVP of the year. Mounties had the Coach of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year went to Joe Mixon. Max Crosby for Defensive Player of the Year for the Shamrocks. The Voyagers had Bijan as Rookie of the Year. And then we, believe it or not, had the middle linebacker, the Rookie of the Year in Cam Jones. But before we head on to all the fun, the re-signings, the free agent signings, and the scouting/drafting process, if you guys want to see week 1, because I believe we're going to be playing the preseason in this one as well, unless something changes. I don't know what that would be if it ended up becoming longer than I thought it was going to be. That's what she said. Never to me. 500 likes. 500 likes. I know it's a lot. It's a steep one, but worst case scenario, we don't get to 500 likes. It's Monday. It's Monday. So instead of Sunday, it'll be Monday if we don't get 500. I think it can be done, though. If not, well, it was a shameless attempt. I tried. As far as the re-signings go, though, definitely a lot of low overalls. But the problem with this is, how do you differentiate between low overalls that need to go and low overalls that put in the work? Guys like Ricks, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, had a blocked extra point or field goal. Is that enough to keep him, though? Probably not, right? I like the height. I like the youth. But the speed, it's not really what I'm looking for on this team. Malik Heath, Daz Newsome, I'm sure, here and there they put in some work. Azukanma at one point in time we thought was going to be the number 1/2. And, even with the injury, might be good enough to keep. If I can keep him on a 1 year, I'd rather do that. And he thinks free agency will be better for him in the long run. I don't know if I agree with that, but here we are anyways. Chance Campbell, I don't know if I ever see him being great, but as a backup, nope, not going to happen. He doesn't want to come back either, which, I don't know. I kind of get it, but I don't kind of get it, because this is the best team in the league when it comes to trying to make the eyes show up on you. This team has the most opportunities in the entire league to become a starter. And if you become a starter here, maybe you get paid. And if you don't get paid, you at least had some eyes on you, and maybe a new team wants you. Jalen Duncan, I think we can do better. I really do. But can we do better than the price? Probably not. So even if it was like $200K guaranteed, I'm down. That's good money for him, and that's okay money for us. But I think that's about it. Let's go on to the first week of free agency. I'm not exactly sure what we're expecting to see here, but I am definitely curious regardless. We also have combine results. We'll have to get into all that in a moment, but here are the free agents, mainly going to be kicker and whatnot. Lenore, there's a lot of teams interested in him because, well, you're just not going to see a 24-year-old star dev corner in free agency often. And as you can see, he has literally no joining interest on us. We'd have to pay him $30 million per year to try and get him here, which is, don't get me wrong, maybe worth it because he does have a ceiling, but that is way too steep for us. I mean, realistically, the kind of guys we're looking at, are really low overalls that, once again, just aren't going to get a chance elsewhere, but they could become starters on this team. And that's big value for these guys, obviously. Running back maybe is a little different because, obviously, running back is a dime a dozen position. So even if you're one of the best in the league, you might not get a chance. So we see it all the time. So the problem is there's not really much talent here at running back. Wide receiver, looking around, Mingo is a name. And he actually has some interest here, but once again, 15 other teams. There's no way that he chooses us over 14, 15 other teams. That's just not going to happen, right? You pretty much have to find a team with no interest. That's basically going to be it, unless you're willing to overpay that hard, which I'm going to be completely honest with you, I don't think is a smart move. I'd rather pay money for free agents when we become that team that teams want to, players want to join us on. But this guy, these are our types of players. 67 overall is not great, but it's not the worst either. Wanya Morris. Do you want to join the team? I don't know. You guys don't want to click off the video with that one. But I mean, there's some names here. We'll offer. We get up to 5 of them. So we're going to do that. And I mean, maybe we'll look around a little bit more. I'm kind of like already discounting this because obviously the names aren't great. And the ones that are great, obviously they're getting some lucrative offers. And Ezukanma does want to join us again. I mean, he didn't take the 1-year 3. I guess he thought he had a better market, but that's just not going to be the case, right? Like, we knew it. Let's be honest, he and his agent knew it, but they tried. I mean, we really should lowball him, but I'm willing to be, let bygones be bygones, rebuild that relationship, say, hey, we felt like this was a competitive price. You now know for a fact that it was a very competitive price since nobody is offering him or really anyone around his talent or above anything close to that. This is really a gift. It's like a blessing. We also do offer Wanya Morris a 2-year 2.6 with about $600K of that guaranteed, which, once again, guarantees at this stage of, kind of lower overalls. Let's just call it what it is. Definitely are not that common. We then found another defensive tackle in Carl Brooks, who I think might be decent. 24 years old is definitely up there a little bit, but 75 power move with 73 block shed. I mean, it definitely adds something. He also has some hit power. Definitely adds a little bit to the D-line. In a perfect world, we don't even need him. We find someone better in the draft, but at the same time, this is not a perfect world. I want to have some options. And we're looking at middle linebackers. You've got a guy like Channing Tindall who really wants to join us for some reason. And you have Chad Muma. Channing Tindall's interesting, but we do have a lot of players already like him. Very raw but fast. I mean, that's not really a problem of ours. We're looking for a guy that has that potential to really be a good guy for the run-stop game or really good in coverage, not, just... He's okay at this or that. Barnes, actually pretty good in coverage. There's a lot of guys that are, super speeders like Troy Anderson. These guys want to join us because they see what we've done with some of the speed that we have. But we just don't really have much room for these types of players. We need players that are, like, technically good, not just speed. Struggling to stop the run in that because, you can have all the fast guys you want in the world, but if they can't actually get off their block, it kind of means nothing. I'm also going to be targeting the high-jumping cornerback, Damari Matthews. He's got a little bit of speed. He's obviously 25, but I think he would be automatically one of our best cornerbacks on the team. 97 jumping. He's an athlete. He's 5'11", worst-case scenario. He moves to the slot, but I do like him quite a bit. And then I've been looking for safety because that's been another really big issue of ours. But realistically, I don't really see anything too great. Maybe Dane Belton, perhaps, but he has another team interested, so that's kind of shot already. And pretty much everyone else is just almost worse athletically than what we already have. And then our final player we're going to be looking at is Malik Cunningham. He wants kind of a lot of money, so we went with a 1 year, 2. Don't know if we're going to get him, but this is what our list looks like right now. Hopefully we can get most of these guys so then we can fill the rest with other positions. We ended up getting Damari Mathis and Carl Brooks, and no one else has been offered. I could have actually done a different group. We do also get Azu Kanma and Wanya Morris. I really wanted Wanya Morris because we need ourselves a new left tackle. And then Malik Cunningham, still no one offering him. I definitely should have looked around for other players in that second wave there, but that's fine because most of the guys that we're only going to be able to get are on the lower end anyways. Oh, Zach Evans would have been a fun name actually to add to the list, but running back is a dime a dozen after all, so we should still be able to find a few names here and there. We had a few more names to the list. Daniel Falele, the monster tackle, and then Eric Hallett, the safety, but I don't know if any of them are going to join. Maybe Falele, but outside of that, I don't know if I see it. And there we go. So 2 new linemen. I don't know if Falele is even going to play, but yeah, I think we're good with that. Still would like Malik Cunningham to join. We're obviously going to be looking at quarterback in the draft, but we don't know if that's going to be a realistic option. So trying to add as many new quarterback names as possible for free agency, or for preseason anyways, is definitely a smart move. So I have done my extensive scouting, and one of the things that I have learned is that this quarterback class is pretty bad. Now, there is a decent quarterback in Alex Kelly, top 5 though, so the chances of us even getting him, even if we wanted him, are not the best, but obviously you can see top fits. We're basically in the top fit, across the board for quarterback. We're the number 1 team needing quarterback. And then you look at the rest, and, maybe you have something with Patterson here who is a little bit on the faster side, but I also should have done a little bit more scouting during the pro day, but at the end of the day, the left side is usually about as all that matters, and then I adjust things as it goes. But, yeah, at the end of the day, it's not a good quarterback class. These are the guys I have. I put Fitzsimmons on there because he has okay throw power and he's decently athletic. So, I don't know. I really don't know if it's smart going for any quarterback. Maybe Jadarius Lewis is a sleeper later on, but decent throw power. It's just not looking great. All right, before we look into the players that I've scouted, let's actually take a look at the mock draft. So number 1 overall, they think is Townsend. Number 2 overall, they think is Florence. Then they think a corner. Then they think quarterback. Then they think another quarterback. And then we're projected at 6 to take an outside linebacker, which I did scout. That's probably why they have him up there in James Perez. I can't remember if he was my best edge rusher, but yeah, it's definitely a thought of ours for sure. I would love to trade down to get some more value, but I don't know if any team's going to want to trade with us. And if they do, who the best team to trade for is or how far back we should go. But the one thing I will say for sure about this is that we do not have a lot of quarterbacks in this class. I'll show you the quarterbacks. It's not looking good. Alex Kelly is probably the best of the bunch. And 1, I don't even know if he's going to be there at 6. And 2, lacking in athleticism. He's great throw power, but I worry a little bit. I do worry a little bit, but gets rid of the ball at the first sign of pressure. Does that not mean paranoid, right? Or does that mean he's aware of the pressure and he gets rid of it right away? I don't freaking know. But yeah, this is what my board looks like for quarterbacks. Alex Kelly, not willing to take any of the other first rounders. Then Ralph Patterson, who obviously isn't the best in key ratings, but he does have some athleticism. Solid throw power, which is maybe 87 to 89 range if we're lucky, but does have athleticism, so definitely a thought to go for. Fitzsimmons, another guy with, not great key ratings, but also a little bit of athleticism, okay throw power. Then we move on to Lewis, who has really good key ratings, but his throw power is really bad. Decent. It's 85 to 87 probably. And then Brian Matthews, honestly, looking at this, might be our number 1 quarterback, which is crazy to think this late, because he has that elite throw power with some pretty good key ratings. I don't have to put too much stock into him to hopefully get a franchise quarterback that can develop down the line, whereas a lot of the other guys, you have to put a lot into them, and Maybe Alex Kelly's good. Maybe Patterson's all right, but at the end of the day, I can't really guarantee it. We're going in order of position, not need. So as you can see, running back, not really a big need for ours. Just some guys that we have on the list, a little bit later. A guy like Collins would be nice because he is actually pretty damn athletic, 21 years old with a 4.39. He's small, which is always kind of fun. Hard to tackle when you go from a big dude to a small dude. Fullback didn't look at because if we go fullback, it'll probably be some late 7th round guy. Some wide receivers here, though. Cliff Florence looks pretty good with an A release, A catch in traffic, some athleticism. He's got a lot of really good ratings, and if he's there, he's obviously an option as well. Then you have Ladarius Garrison. He's a little raw, I will admit. He's not the fastest, but he is 6'5", and he gives me vibes that he could be good. Morant looks really good, 6'2", 232, with some pretty good key ratings, pretty athletic. This guy looks like a prototypical number 1 wide receiver in the league, and if he's there in the 2nd round at pick 6, I don't know if he will be because, he's a 1 of 2. I would find it hard to pass on him. We have a 6'6" wide receiver, but more importantly, a 6'9" wide receiver. Problem with him, though, is he is very slow, very good at catching, but very slow. 6'9" is definitely interesting, but I gotta admit, I don't know if I see him. If he was in the day 3 range, perhaps, but a 3 to 4, that is a high draft pick to take. A very, very raw player. Got a couple of day 3 athletic-ish tight ends. We have a bunch of linemen, left tackles, left guard. This was a pretty decent draft class for linemen. Nothing special, but some pretty good players. And then we have edge, Alfonso Dockery, a finesse move with okay athleticism. Once again, we do play a 4-3, so we can get away with, the bigger dudes that are a little bit slower but are still talented. Weathers was definitely a guy that was on my list. Didn't really like the fact that he doesn't have at least an A in one of the pass rush things, even like a block shed. Tracy's pretty decent as well. I still think I like the outside linebacker edge rushers than the 4-3, but we'll see what happens. 6'2", decently athletic there for Smith. And then we have a couple of guys that are, projected to play DT for us. Ronnie Davis would be a decent name for that. And then you have right end, who he's a top 5, but got to say, I don't see it. I really don't see it. Jackson, B finesse move, try to scout him further, didn't really happen. Judge looks really good too. Could actually get 2 edge rushers in the first 2 rounds. Looks pretty damn talented. And then, this is how it goes down the list. There's some pretty good players here. DT is definitely a need of ours. Hilliard looks really good. Davidson looks really good. Monk looks okay. Then you have the outside linebackers, 1 to 2 for James Perez, who they expect us to go number 6 with, which is why I'm like, I don't know about that. But James Perez, A power move, B play rec, B block shed, B awareness, A pursuit, A power. I mean, he just looks great. He really does. Then you go over to middle linebacker. There's some speed guys. Nothing crazy, just some speed. And then outside linebacker on the right, Cordale Jackson, 21 years old, A pursuit, very athletic. Don't know about that power move, but we're going to scout it further. I've got to assume it's an A, so we're definitely going to scout him further because we might have to take somebody at pick 6, and I want to know as much as I can about these pass rushers. Berger, very good ratings, but I do worry about the athleticism. 4.69, but left side says solid speed, poor excel, decent agility, decent change direction. That worries me. That definitely worries me. We also do have a couple of later, guys, day 3 projected, very athletic, pass rusher. Cornerback, I got to admit, there's a couple of corners here that look like bona fide starters. Armin Branch, who is, I hope he gets it out at some point. A catch, B zone, B man, B press, insanely athletic. Then you have Desmond Cross, who is, A man, B zone. Not the fastest, though, but somebody I would like to definitely take a look at. Then we have some other corners like later, Tyree Oliver, who has a C zone, and the worst he can have is a C man. That's disgusting. Very athletic, or at least decently athletic, probably 92, 93 speed minimum. And then you have a guy like Boswell, who can maybe play safety at worst. Very athletic, so there's some options there. And speaking of safety, not the best. There's some okay looking names, but they're very slow. 6'3" is great, but not the fastest. Then you look at Austin Hitchens here, who is a 2 to 3, 21 years old, also not the fastest. Strong safety, I think we had one that was decently fast. I think McMillan was pretty fast. Don't know what that man coverage is, but pretty fast there to 4.43. And McKinney, who's a 1 to 2. I doubt I take safety in the first round, especially a 5'9" one. but have him on my list. And then a couple of raw guys like Moss here, who has, B-man coverage, who's pretty damn fast. Maybe he plays corner. I don't know. But there's some options there. Kicker, punter. Didn't really like any of the names, so passed on those. But I really don't know what to do here. Obviously, we need pass rusher, and, quarterback, I just don't think it's the best. If Kelly's there, maybe. But if Kelly's gone, it's probably edge rusher, but I don't know which one. We also did end up adding Malik Cunningham on that price that we were hoping for, which is great. Here it is, the moment we've all been waiting for, the 2024 NFL Drafts. We do have pick number 6. I'm curious to see what other picks we have. I think we have pretty much just like number 6, and we have we have 2 decent draft picks. We have 2 high second-round picks, which is amazing, actually. Nice. We really could use that. But the first pick overall is going to be Townsend, just like the mock drafts were suspecting. The Black Knights go with Dorian Townsend. Number 2 overall is Cliff Florence, which is such a disappointment because I would have loved to see him all the way at 6. Crutchfield at number 3. Then number 4 is Harden. And then the Tigers, do they actually need quarterback? They have Stafford, but Kelly could fall to us. I don't know if I want him, though. And they do let Kelly fall. This is a decision now. A lot of options at pass rush. Not a lot of quarterback. You have Kelly, Patterson, and then it's just downhill from there. Quarterback is the biggest need for a team. I do like the different accuracies there, but I worry about the medium accuracy. I worry about the deep accuracy. If he is normal dev, if that sense of pressure gets rid of the ball at the first sign of pressure, is that a bad or a good thing? I don't know. Beautiful spiral, though. Avoids avoids sacks by throwing it away. Pocket passer, obviously. Fast throw motion, which is good. But I do worry about that gets rid of the ball at the first sign of pressure. Like, that is worrisome. And I also think because it's so early on, we're not going to really be able to do much without other players anyways. Better wide receivers, better, really, they didn't give me the answer. It looks like it's probably a power move. Better wide receivers, better pass rushers. If we can't get to the quarterback, our defense is still going to struggle. There are some options at edge, right? We have, how many players do we have here? We have 1, 2. Realistically here, I think we can move down a good 6 spots, maybe pick up like a middle third or early third or late second or something like that. So I'm going to try to do that. All right, this is a pretty good trade for us. We get a 3rd and a 4th round pick from the Huskies to move down 5 spots. We do lose a 5th and a 7th with McKinley, but that's not bad. I don't know what they're trading up for. Their number 1 need was quarterback, so if they do go Kelly here, which they don't, it would have been a really good decision by them, but we'll see what kind of pass rushers go, but we should still have our guy. Kelly goes to the Voyagers at 8, kind of a gift, if you will, and it looks like we're still going to have basically who we want, so with that little gain, we're still at 11 with none of our pass rushers actually going, and I don't want to leave it up to chance anymore, so it's going to come down to a few names, and I think those names are going to be Wayne Smith, Judge, who is a 2-3, so obviously not him this early, James Perez, or Cordale Jackson. I think the big decision is going to be decided on athleticism. So a 4.58 with great speed, poor excel, versus James Perez, who has a 4.73, but his other ratings like excel are better, and it says speed is also great. I really like Perez quite a bit. I almost want to trade down again to gain like another 4th even to move to 17 because there is a lot of talent at pass rush. I do worry, though, that the higher the guys are, the better chance at dev we have, and Cordale Jackson does look very good. 4.58. I don't know if I want a power guy more than a finesse, though. Perez is also 22. I think I'm going to go Cordale Jackson. I have a tough time here. I really don't know, but I'm going to go Cordale Jackson, UCLA. Hidden development trade, 84 speed, 83 excel, 81 strength. Welcome to the team, buddy. We almost took him at number 6. We ended up trading back, getting a couple of extra picks, and still landing ourselves, hopefully, the franchise pass rusher. And now we're going to be slow simming this. I'm kind of curious to see where Perez goes. I don't know if I'd trade up for Perez, but I would definitely like to trade up for Morant. I think we need a true legit number 1 before we even think about having a true legit number 1 quarterback. But I just don't know when Morant's going to go. He's a 1-2. He could go literally this pick, And I don't know if I can really make this trade up, though. I think I'm going to go to 25, and there's a good chance that he is gone. There goes Perez to the Dragons. What a steal all the way at 22. And Morant's still there. I'm not going to risk it anymore. But as a once-over of the players we currently have, Cordell Judge looks great as well. Could fix the whole edge rush in one go, potentially. We have other pass rushers like Smith. Lawson's more of a DT type, in fairness. Garrison, the 6'5" guy, is there. Didn't really look at Hennings too much, but I don't think he's even close to Morant. Yeah, I mean, the left side is definitely worrisome, but I really like Morant, and I think I've got to trade up for him here. And it sucks, because there's other really good players, like I'd imagine cornerback right now is still flourishing. But I also think we have some okay cornerbacks as is. Yeah, I mean, Branch is still there. Cross is still there. Obviously, Cross is a little bit on the slower side. I kind of like Tyree Oliver in the day 3, though. So I'm actually okay with where we're sitting right now. I think we're going to trade up after Morant. I think we're going to trade up, maybe move down from that second-round pick to like 15, and if Cordell's there, we take him. So we're going to be losing some, but gaining some. Also, don't want to screw over the future too much if I can. So if I can do this, which, I mean, it's 9 picks. I don't know if I will. I would love to. I really don't want to give up a third-round pick to move up, but it is 9 spots. 9 spots is significant, really anywhere, especially when you're coming from out of the first round back into it. 2 seconds, I think, would be more valuable for us. Oh, man, maybe I do have to give up a third here. I don't want to give up more than a third and a fifth, though. So I'm going to do a third this, which really hurts my soul, and a fifth next. Can we fill this with some sort of need? They need a sliver after we added Wooden, so they end up getting this haul, which is not bad by any means. You know, this is the type of trade that I would make trading down if I didn't have a player here. So we're going to have 2 first-round rookies, which also helps us with that 5th-year option business, but probably doesn't matter too much when you have the money we do, because we don't have much talent. But the wide receiver, I'd be a little disappointed if he's not at least star dev. But Joe Morant, 6'2", 232, with 21 years of age, some pretty good key ratings, and athleticism's not bad at all. Very good jumping. I do worry about the agility and a little bit of the excel, but elite jumper, 6'2", decently fast. Welcome to the team, Joe Morant, who is unfortunately normal. Of course, 92 speed, which is great. Jumping, 93. Change direction, a little bit better than I thought. Agility, definitely around where I thought. Excel, a little bit better than I thought. So some L there a little bit, because obviously, you know, it is a normal dev player. That does suck a lot, but what can you do about it? Once again, I don't want to do anything too crazy. I don't want to lose anything, any players. I'm almost wondering if Malone does need to start another season, because as much as I like Cordell, we do need O-line. We need O-line a lot, and we need DT really badly. And as of right now, I don't even know what the DT situation looks like. Is there any DTs? There's actually none. We have Lawson, who we'd have to trade up for right now. Oh, wait, no, we don't. We can just take him right here. We don't have to trade up for. I might actually have to take Lawson. Terrence Lawson, who is actually pretty damn good, I must say. But our next pick would be in the 3rd round. Obviously, we were never going to fix this team all in one go. But it would be nice to grab some linemen, too. We don't have any 3rd-round picks after our first one. So, it's looking a little iffy there. I would love to see a safety, because we are desperate at safety. Linebacker, I think we could live without. Oliver, I really want day 3. And safety, I would like to get McMillan. He's the one that was on the faster side, right? 22 years old, a little bit on the faster side. I would like to start him. I think as much as I love Cordell, and I think he has a chance to be really, really good, I think desperation... Ooh, Davis. I didn't see Davis there. 22 years old, very strong. Can I trade down to 15? I'm going to try to trade down to 15 to gain a 4th-round pick, because I need everything I can get to try and get maybe 2 linemen squeezed out here. It takes literally the tiniest little notch to make this trade go. It's a pretty big trade, as we are kind of moving some down, some up. We end up trading, 39, 38, and 115 for a late 3rd, which is 88, pick 49, I believe, and then a 143 in the 5th round. So, once again, adding a little bit of quantity over the quality. We drop all the way back to 17, which is definitely worrisome. They go with running back. I didn't scout any of the higher running back, so he might have been a goon. And obviously, we've seen that a truly good running back, as much as it's like they're dime a dozen and you don't want to pay them, they can change an offense quite a bit. So don't know what they got there. Ralph Patterson, I completely forgot about him. But at the end of the day, I just don't know if we're ready for a running back. And so far, I mean, we just traded down from 6, and none of the DT types were gone. They're both here. That's kind of crazy. We also do see that Judge is still here, which is really hard to pass on. But I think the pick here, the smart pick, is Ronnie Davis, and that's who I'm taking. And he's hidden dev. 92 strength, 70 speed, 86 excel, the number 1 DT on this team. We now move on to 6, which is going to be a tougher decision. I don't know what to do here because we really need O-line, but at the same time, we could really use a safety, like, badly. What is here in the 3rd round? Linebacker. It's a, I thought about it, but I think we're fine. I don't think we need to go linebacker. Weaver at 6'9", obviously very interesting, but I don't think there's much potential there, so it's just not worth it to me. Jamal Williams is an interesting name for the O-line. Garland is an interesting name. Not a lot of linemen left. McMillan is still there. The safety, I don't think we're going to be able to pull off the safety. I think it's going to have to be O-line here, and I don't know who to take. I'm thinking Garland's the best. Jamal Williams looks great too, though. I think this is going to be Jamal Williams. He's huge. 21 years old. Athleticism is pretty good, actually, for his size. I do worry about the finesse blocking, but Jamal Williams is my choice. Yes! Hidden dev. 88 strength, 72 speed, 82 excel. He's actually pretty athletic for his size, and he's also 21 years old, which is a win. I don't know if we're going to let all the linemen go. I'd like to get one more if possible. We do have a couple of 4th/5th round picks. I do want to save a high 4th, though, because I really think we need Oliver. So far, so good with lineman. McMillan goes to the Condors, which I think is a great selection. I think McMillan's going to be a very good player, but we got to pick our battles. You got to pick your battles. You can't have everyone in the draft, unfortunately. Perez, that's an interesting name, the tall wide receiver. Garland. Oh, I was really hoping Garland would not have been the guy that went first. Do I still want to trade up is the question. We have the only lineman remaining that I think... Oh, no, we have 2 linemen. But the only lineman remaining that I kind of want to go up for is Belzer. Reddick is pretty good too, but I don't know what that run block looks like. 21 years old as well. Lead block's bad, and obviously he's supposed to be a guard. Jamarcus Belzer. I actually do like Belzer a lot more than Reddick. But I think... I don't know. Belzer probably goes first, and I do like him a lot more. I'm going to go with the Shamrocks here. Let's trade up. Move around the draft board, a little bit. Trade it up, trade it down. We've sat at the spot and taken a player, but overall I think this is smart. 5th round pick, so we would end up... I don't know if that was a bad trade for us, but we would end up getting Oliver in the next round, and then the draft is kind of over for us, which I guess we can get, maybe trade up to the 6th round, get that quarterback since he's UDFA. But with this selection, it is going to be wide receiver. Weaver's still very interesting to me, I can't lie, but it is going to be this offensive lineman, Jamarcus Belzer. A little bit of iffiness with that impact block, and we don't know about the lead block. It looks like it's going to be bad, but I think he's going to be a very, very good pass blocker, and I'm hoping he's hidden. Yes, another hidden. We cooked. 2 hidden development trait linemen. Sure, the wide receiver is normal, but that is, we did well. We did very well in this draft, and it didn't cost us too much for the future. We do have pick 6 in the 4th round. I'd be really shocked if Oliver's not there, but you do never know. Anyone else here? The wide receiver is gone, I believe. Yeah, the big fella is gone. Tight end's still there, though. That's an interesting one. Forbes is still there. Oliver. I still like Oliver more than Forbes, but I haven't looked at Forbes in a while, so we'll see. 21 years old, C with C. Great speed, elite excel at a 4.41 versus Oliver, who is 22. Great speed, elite excel, 4.42. I mean, this is actually a tough choice. I like both of them kind of equally now. I can't really trade back, though, because both of them could be gone. What about McGee? Maybe even he slips into the conversation, which he kind of does, but not really. I really struggle here. I'm deciding between Leonard, Forbes, and Oliver. I think Forbes might have actually, won the battle. Oliver has, no strength, but he is a bit more athletic when it comes to jumping and his 3-cone, which is pretty big. Struggles to find the ball in the air, has a motor that runs through the whistle, often looks to rip the ball from runners, shows good discipline. That's good. It's also Georgia back. We'll take a Georgia defender versus Forbes, who's an aggressive ball hawk for better and worse. Has a high motor, of course. Looks to rip the ball. Also good discipline. The youth is there. I'm going to take Forbes. Normal dev, 93 speed, 94 excel. Jumping is worrisome, like I said, at 83. But I think the big thing that did, kind of like point me to him is 21. I know, 21, 22, but it matters. One extra year of youth, If the other guy had an extra year and that's his ceiling, maybe our guy has a higher ceiling, just needs another year to play. And of course, sure, there are options to trade up, but my best bet at this point would be the 6th round, as obviously we've already traded up a bit. Our draft picks are kind of, suffering as is. We do have some other cornerbacks here. Of course, Oliver Went. Very curious. Oh, there's only one running back left, and it is, ironically enough, Collins. But I am very curious to see what happened there with the wide receiver. I really want to know. And Brian Matthews actually went, which I believe he was the lowest of the listed UDFA quarterbacks, which is definitely interesting because I'm not sure if that means he was actually really good or not. I don't like the decent throw power from Jadarius Lewis, but at this point, I'm kind of willing to just let these guys fall. Hopefully they both fall to the 7th round, because honestly, I would probably be willing to trade up and take both of them just for the potential. Was Clark Matthews one of the guys I had? I think it was, because we had Matthews, but I don't think that was that Matthews. Maybe I trade up right now and just take both. Feels like we could have traded a lot. We traded our 7th round this year, a 7th round next year, and then DeVito for that pick, which I think you got to go with the key ratings. Even though that decent throw power worries me, you got to go for the key ratings, I think. So Jadarius Lewis, 6'5", is going to be our guy. We have the most quarterbacks on the roster. Normal dev, 86 throw power. I did say, 85 to 87, so right dead in the middle. He's got just enough speed if he needs to get out of there, but man, he is worrisome to have. We ended up trading a right guard and a DT, Akior and Jaqueline Roy, with a future 6th round pick to grab the Pioneers draft pick right here, which I don't think is the worst thing in the world. The late 6 doesn't really do a whole lot for most teams, but we unfortunately are not most teams, and we need every single pick we can get. I'm going to make sure that we don't have anyone else around here that I do kind of want. Boswell would be interesting, because we didn't get anyone for safety, did we? Oh, no. Do we really want Fitzsimmons? He looks so damn raw. He's got a little bit of athleticism. I mean, if 86 throw power is decent, Fitzsimmons should be 88 plus then. I'm taking him. 89. 86 speed. Ooh. Options. I like it. And I don't think we're going to be able to trade up anymore. I think we're pretty much done. I'm going to keep moving, though. Maybe see if we can get something late. And yeah, we're going to just be simming the rest of the draft. There could be guys that, we had on our list that go UDFA, though. So we're definitely going to be taking a look in there after we look at the draft recap. Obviously, we're not going to be looking at our devs in this one. Okay, what do we got? Quarterbacks are really low. All 70s besides those quarterbacks, which is pretty good, actually, because even Forbes was a 70 overall. I am curious to see Oliver, so I'm going to try to find him. But Dale Jackson, the new edge rusher on the team, with 82 power move, bull rush, spin move, strip ball. Great injury, decent stamina, okay toughness. Obviously not really a drop-in coverage type of guy, but definitely a good draft pick. Motivations, day 1 starter, not really shocked by that. And then we will look at Morant, who is 25 in the 1st round. Morant with really good release, very good spec, very good catching in general. Obviously the jumping we knew about, good short route, has all of the traits. Injury is great, stamina is okay, toughness is okay. A little bit of athleticism as well. I think it was a really good draft pick. Obviously, because he's normal, it does suck. But at the end of the day, I think we landed ourselves a very good player there. Ronnie Davis with 79 block shed, which is going to be great for trying to stop the run. 74 power move. Very good strength. Amazing get off with the excel. Has the bull rush. Has the high motor. Has the big hitter. Does have undisciplined penalty tendency. And also does have low injury, which worries me. Injury and toughness are very low for him. But what can you do? You draft these guys without really knowing about the injury history. I have no choice but to just go in there. Jamal Williams. I would imagine both these guys are actually going to be playing guard. Very good run block power. Okay pass block power. The base ratings are okay, but the finesse blocking as expected, not great. Undisciplined penalty tendency. Not something you want to see for a lineman. Personality, spontaneous. Not another one I want to see, but somehow predictable. So I don't really know how that works, but yeah, it seems like he will maybe sign better? I don't know, but Super Bowl chase, we're underdogs, obviously, close to home. Not too far. No, we're very far. What am I even talking about? And then we have Belzer, another hidden development trait lineman who does project a little bit better as a tackle. So we'll see what happens there. But balance tendency trait, penalty tendency, intense personality, and is also a predictable player. Injury, not bad. Very good ratings for pass block, and outside of run block finesse, not bad in run block power either. Very good offensive lineman there, obviously. Then we move on to Forbes, Leonard Forbes. Not exactly sure his role just yet, but has potential with unbelievable speed. Pretty good man coverage, okay zone. Press isn't the best, catches isn't the best, and some of the other ratings aren't the best, but not a bad player, but definitely would love to see what Oliver was like. And then the quarterbacks, definitely important to see these guys because their overalls are low, but what are those accuracies? Lewis, very accurate actually. He has trigger-happy sense of pressure, which isn't the worst, but it's obviously not great. He has a tight spiral. He's an ideal decision maker. Injuries okay, stamina is decent, toughness is worrisome. But yeah, 80 short accuracy, 76 deep, 75 medium. The big problem though is that throw power at 86. So we'll see if he actually has a chance to become a starter, as we will have preseason. And then David Fitzsimmons, very much so more raw. Also trigger happy though, but has a tight spiral. Very athletic. Injuries worrisome though. Stamina's good, toughness is alright. Has a little bit of juke ability. It's weird that he's like a scrambler type, but he's not able to stay healthy. So, I mean, it's definitely a decision. But I am curious to see what some of the other players around the league were like Perez, obviously. Also Florence, who went number 2 overall, 80 overall. 88 release, 90 spec, 83 catch, and 84 catch in traffic. Not the fastest guy in the world, but absolutely looks like Davante Adams. This is a Davante Adams clone if I've ever seen it. What's the dev to match? Star dev. Okay, so definitely has some work to do. Townsend, I mean, I don't know what his dev is, but yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't. If he was there number 6, I don't think I would have taken him. He is not a bust, but number 1 overall, he is definitely, if you were going to, be very emotional about it, I would straight up call him a bust right away. Crutchfield, pretty athletic. Great man coverage, great zone coverage. Very solid looking pick at number 3, it seems, who is a superstar. So they got themselves a superstar cornerback. Quentin Harden, 69 overall quarterback. I did not think this was a good quarterback class, but Harden was hidden development trade. If you could switch Excel with speed and agility with Excel, you'd actually be really, really elite. Great throw power, just a little raw on the passing. I don't know what his dev is going to be. Star dev, apparently. He has a ceiling. Definitely has a ceiling. Hambrick was the guy that they traded up for with us. Normal dev, 23. Definitely not a good decision there. Dockery, could have taken him. That would have been the first guy we would have lost. Hidden dev, 81 speed, 89 Excel. We don't know our guy's Excel right now, so obviously we can't really compare it, but just off of first glance, right? Like you see something like Star, you're like, okay, well, our guy can't be worse than that. So automatically our guy is as good, if not better. And then we look at Alex Kelly. We dodged a bullet. I mean, it's hard to say because, he is pretty damn accurate. 83 short, 79 deep, 92 throw power. That does look like a quarterback that can be your franchise. But I did see that happening too. I seen him as a, iffy quarterback. I can't lie. Jackson obviously is our guy. There was some other names in here. Weathers was another pass rusher we were looking at. Normal dev. Glad we passed on him. That would have been a very big sell. We also did have Perez, who I think is definitely going to be at least star. Maybe even is star. 75 overall, hidden dev. Looks pretty good. Power move was 83. I actually thought he was a finesse type. Did I make a mistake? Either way, he is really good. Injury is a little worrisome. I can't remember for our guy. I think our guy was like 91 injuries, so definitely better on the injury, but what's the dev looking like? Also star, so can't be better than our guy in dev. Our guy's at least star. And I guess I'll look at Berger, if you want to call him. 81 power move to the Elks. Very good with injury, stamina, and toughness, though, which, I mean, the best ability is availability, so being able to play a lot of snaps and not get injured is definitely a big thing. Only star. So it's a pretty good draft class, but the devs so far, unless we took them all, really not there, right? All-star development traits so far. Morant, obviously our guy. Wayne Smith was on my list. At this point, I kind of want to just see some of the big names that we passed on, like the cornerback, the safety, I guess Patterson, 69 overall. Yeah, I felt it, man. I did feel it. Look at the athleticism as well. I really should have went with, especially with average sense of pressure. Like I said, though, felt like it's a bit early. Didn't really need a quarterback just yet. Thankfully, only star, but he did look like a guy that was going to be at least star dev, and that's exactly what he was. And then back-to-back were the players that we were looking at. Mr. Judge, hidden development trait, not really shocked by that one bit. Good power move. Block shed's okay. Doesn't have any pass rush traits. Very strong. Okay speed. Excel's pretty good. What's the dev? Could be superstar. I'm feeling superstar. Nope, I'm wrong. Still a good player, though, but did we really miss out on, like, a goon? I can't really say for sure. Robertson, also hidden development trait. Had him on my list, but I think he would have been a very unlikely selection for us because I like some of the other guys better. Star dev as well. Davidson was on my list as well. Very high overall, 76 overall. That is very blue. Holy crap. Should I have taken Davis over the guy we took? I don't know. I really don't know because obviously our guy is, we don't know the dev. But if this guy's Superstar Plus, which he's not, then you know it's a bad decision. But still don't know. All of our guys could be star, probably are star. I think our edge rusher could be Superstar though. I'm kind of feeling Superstar, not gonna lie, but could just be a tie, could be a push, which is fair enough. Here's McMillan, 73 overall. Is he hidden? Ooh, normal dev. Not the best of zone, but very good man coverage. Injury and stamina are great. Catching's decent. Hit power is not the best. I can't say I dodged a bullet, but definitely not like a wow, we sold moment, which is really all I can ask for, honestly. Here's Perez, who is definitely not that fast. He is hidden, though, 6'6". Release is iffy. Short route's great. Spec, all the catching's great. Jumping's great, but once again, that 85 speed, unless he's like an X Factor, is pretty hard to use. That looks like a damn tight end to me, and he is only star, so I don't know about the 6'9 wide receiver, but the 6'5 wide receiver, I do not regret one bit. We also have Reddick here, who is also hidden. Don't really care about the dev too much because we don't know our dev either. It's hard to compare. So, I mean, kind of a push there. Anyone else we're missing? There's a couple other players I wanted to see for sure. Where's the 6'9 wide receiver? There he is, Weaver, 73 overall. Ooh, hidden dev. Also pretty damn slow, but 6'9's a little different even to 6'6". Really good catching, obviously. Great jumping. Raw, but good short route. Let's take a look what that dev is. If he's Superstar Plus, that would be painful. Star dev. Man, I don't want to play against him. They got some wide receivers now. And did I pass on Lawson? Like, I couldn't see. Like, I don't think we looked at him. Definitely a lot weaker. I think I might have accidentally passed on him. But take a look at the dev. Star. So definitely not better than the guy we took. And then the final player I wanted to take a look at was... No, two players. The final two players I want to look at was Oliver, who was a 69 overall normal dev. Looks kind of decent. Catching's a little low. Yeah, I mean, pretty similar to Forbes. No win or loss in that case. And then Matthews, wait. Oh, no, it wasn't us. I don't know why I thought it was us. 68 overall quarterback. Not the fastest, but very good throw power. Ideal sense of pressure. No. 74 deep, 78 mid, 76 short. A true pocket passer that we absolutely could have started. But, unfortunately, you can't start him because we did not draft him. We drafted two quarterbacks that I don't feel really promising about, but there's at least something there potentially. But right now, my main focus here in free agency is looking for potential starting safeties. It's kind of crazy to think, but yeah, Clifton Moss. He was one of the guys on my board. He has some okay man and zone coverage. I mean, I don't like the excel or the agility, but I do like the speed, 91 speed. I think he's a guy we sign. Will they start? I don't know, right? It's preseason. We'll have to see who can make the cut. Sanchez, another guy on my list, which I don't know if these are good things or bad things, because that means that I had a bunch of bad players on my list. Don't really like Sanchez, though, so I'm not going to be going for him. Then we have a bunch of running backs here. I don't know who is good, who is a trucking style back, but it doesn't seem to be any of them. I really don't think any of the running backs here are worth going for at all. The only one I would think about is maybe Lewis, but he can't catch, so it's like, is he really worth it? Maybe Nate Miller, because he has a little bit of athleticism and he can catch. don't know if he's really great either, but just for now, as obviously we can fill a roster of, 90 players, so there's really no point in not grabbing someone. And then there is a pretty athletic fullback here. I'm going to compare him to Truman because they're both kind of athletically, the same. And yeah, Springs is the better fullback, so we're going to go with Charlie Springs as our fullback. Free agency is one man's junk, our treasure, really. Just that's all there is to that. And there was a 99 speed rookie that went undrafted somehow, but it said someone else already signed him. So Romeo Myers is going to be our free agent pickup at the wide receiver spot. And we found ourselves a star development trait, rookie undrafted lineman. Of course, it's going to take a while to develop him, but we've got all the time in the world, so we are going to be looking to develop anyone we can. So that's a steal. Oh, and the guy I wanted to actually draft is a UDFA with really good hit power, insanely raw as I would expect, but okay zone coverage, and obviously very athletic. So Walt James, welcome to the squad. Depth at best, or worst. And as I expected, it was a bit longer of a free agency and draft off-season video. So we're going to do our training camp, which does take a little bit of time as well, and call it here. And then next episode will be preseason, which we have a lot to look at. This is what the projected starting roster looks like, but obviously it is still very early in the process. Who knows, Barber might start, because, I kind of forgot that this team is pretty bad. So a guy like Barber actually might be one of our best options at left tackle. But this is what the squad looks like. Morant is automatically thrust in the number one spot. Maybe him and Bell kind of like fight for who actually gets number one, which technically you shouldn't want that spot. Number two is probably going to get a little bit better at targets anyways. Running back, obviously not much changes here. There really wasn't much to change in general. Hooker as the starting quarterback with Lewis and then Cunningham as the number 2s and 3s. But we have 5 quarterbacks on the roster, so we don't know who's going to get that job. We're probably going to end up releasing one quarterback per preseason game, which, seems kind of crazy, but what can you do? You can't have 5 quarterbacks on the roster. Cornerbacks, speaking of the opposite of that, Riley Moss, still the number 1, as he was really good last year, just needs a breakout. Damari Mathis moves on to the number 2 spot. Nick Jones at 3, Forbes at 4, and then Hayes at number 5. The D-line, we definitely need to add another pass rusher just in case of injury. Have a little bit more competition there as well. But Malone and Jackson start there. DTs, we got a lot of players there. Brooks sitting behind Costin. I think it's hard to tell because Costin is 26. And yeah, I think Brooks maybe the number 2 spot for now. But once again, it really comes down to how preseason shakes up. Linebackers, nothing changes here, but Walt James does have a chance to start. And then Mr. Connor Wilson, a UDFA free agent that I kind of thought maybe we should have drafted, does look kind of promising. Will be the starting strong safety as of right now, as last year's safeties were just really bad in general. Hicks kind of played well when he replaced Griffin, and then Smoke Monday, he was just getting smoked. Doesn't matter if it was Monday. It was Monday through Sunday. But that's what the squad looks like. We're going to go into our training camp and, try to upgrade the players that we feel make the most sense. Like, with a wide receiver 1, it's going to be Joe Morant. Number 2, probably Ronnie Bell. And then passing, the outmanned is probably going to be Hendon Hooker. And this is going to be, I don't know, maybe, I don't know who. There's a lot of different names, but the ones that make the most sense are the ones that we're going to, try to get the best chance for. So Joe Morant, obviously, normal dev, try to get him some upgrade points, maybe even a dev up if we're lucky enough. And Morant already, I wouldn't say struggling, but it wasn't the cleanest route off the gate. A real question is, can we do this in an early go? Not a bad route. Looks okay. Seems decent there. Morant smoking off the line. So yeah, I feel pretty good with the wide receiver 1, right? Our corners are not the best. They're decent, but, Joe Morant's... I like the size, man. There's a reason why I went for him, is I like the size and the speed combo is decent. It's decent. He's going to need some work, but, who on this team doesn't, as he will get a gold first try. Went for a go route to finish it out. Looks like we have Riley Moss beat, and that will be a touchdown. Clean first go. I don't know why I forgot that you get the skill point in the XP. I literally just talked about it, but I thought he got a dev up, but that's still really nice. And then we're going to do one that's really tough. The skeleton, pass skeleton outmanned, which I think should go to Hendon, right? Hendon, he's still got a chance. He's 26, but if you have a really good set of weeks, you get back-to-back dev-ups for all we know. And there's really no one open, so we're going to be kind of forcing this over. And that is a great clutch play. Unbelievable play by Bell there. And Morant's getting pushed off his route. Bell back of the end zone. In between everyone. What a catch. Unbelievable play, actually. And the timing on that is just impeccable. But nobody's really open. Obviously, this is the outmanned one, which is, you know, as the name suggests. Oh, no. I don't even think it was that overthrown. Outmanned, right? You're in a really bad spot. Oh, that's my fault. Nowhere else to go. Damn, this is tough. This is going to take me some tries. Took me a few tries, but we finally got it. What a dot, by the way. We finally got the gold. It is what it is. It's tough. It is tough, but we ended up getting it, and we needed that extra point badly for Hendon Hooker. I'm going to go... I don't really know if we're going to be able to get target passing. We're going to go with Jadarius Lewis on this. I don't know if it matters too much about your throw power, but if it does, well, GG, because he does not have a whole lot of it. If we time this right, could we not get all of these to Bell? That's pretty good. Oh! That is not bad. I've never had 3-in-1. I don't know if I'm going to hit the tight end. We're going to try. That's a little behind. Nope, it's good. Nice. Kind of cooking. Kind of cooking. Can I run over? Go, Lewis. Yeah, I kind of sold that. But you know what? As long as you hit one, you get that bonus rolling. This is going to be a long throw, but we're going to try it. My boy Morant. That's actually a really good time ball. I'm actually kind of cooking. We might actually get this first try. Randall, don't do it. I sold. It's all right, though. It's, as long as you hit one, like we said. It's getting there. I don't think I can hit both of these. I can maybe hit Cobb on the other side, though. That's pretty good. Just catch it, Cobb. Well, damn. First try. I think you just, like, play this safe, right? I say that, but I really didn't. I actually played that perfectly. Wow. Okay. I mean, yeah, I remember I really struggled with this a long time ago, and maybe it's just Jadarius Lewis, the rookie. Didn't hit that one, but hey, we hit one at least every time. 35,000 points. First go. Maybe there's something there with Lewis. Obviously, pretty accurate. One of our most accurate quarterbacks. Just doesn't have that throw power. And barring a sell, we should have this one as well, Gold. This one was a first tryer. It's pretty easy, obviously. It's not like the reverse of that where you have to actually tackle the running back. That one, oh, I do not want to go to that one, but obviously that will be one we go to shortly. Red zone attack. It would be nice to have someone a little bit more athletic for this, but we don't really have that in general. Moran's basically our most athletic receiver on the team, and unfortunately, he's already completed his, which I can't even really say unfortunately. I don't know if you can actually get away with just going for catches and then going for the points, but we're going to try it. Now we got to go back to that end zone. Is that good enough? That's like a double zoner. Exactly. Wow, we like doubled our points there. That's really easy. We cooked. We cooked. Ronnie Bell. This duo could be something. Ronnie Bell was showing when he came back from injury that he is actually pretty solid. And as far as what we want to do here, we definitely want to get these rookies going as we can reveal their devs earlier, and it'll also allow us to potentially get breakouts. I'm not sure if you have to have your dev shown to get the breakout or not, but in case you do, it's nice to have that option. You want to get in there? Thank you. You have pretty high power move for this O-line. Had 10 seconds, though, so I'm not really worried about it. We're pretty cooked. As long as you get to the quarterback with a couple of points, you should be fine. Oh, this could be bad. Oh. Bullying! They're bullying! Let us in. I like that move. That move is so cool. That's how you know you're a dominant power rusher in the league, when you can do stuff like that. And easy clap. Once again, you can get dev ups from these, so maybe we get lucky. Maybe we get lucky with somebody. I think I got a kicker or a punter one of the times. Chase and tackle, the worst one you could ever have. Can you actually do the DT? That would be so dumb if you could. I kind of want to go Walt James because you need someone athletic for this. I should have probably went Cam Jones because this Walt James is going to be so crap on his tackles. Oh, because like if you go for a regular tackle, watch what happens if you go for a regular tackle. I think this drill is what's caused me... Well, that's not one way to do it. This drill is what's caused me to do so many hit sticks in actual play. Let's see if I can even bring him down to a regular tackle. That time, he kind of ran into the lineman. That's just how it goes. If he doesn't run into the bag, watch. Never mind. Okay, I'm just stupid. I'm done. I'm done trying to prove anything. Please. Oh, my. Oh, my. One more tackle. We have it. Okay. Forget anything. Anything I say is just a complete lie. Let's just be honest. I'm just a complete liar. All right, we got 48,000 points, and Walt James got on the eyes of the DC a little bit. The coach is seeing some things. That's all I'm saying. Down to the last two. Riley Moss is obviously our boy, so we are going to obviously roll with him. And I think I'm going to go with Mathis for the next one. Someone that's a little more athletic than most corners. And you really need that athleticism because you have to really play up to standard on that one, as that one doesn't tell you anything. I mean, even the way their hips are, it's kind of hard to tell like which way are they gonna go. I baited that one out. It's still so funny, no blitzing, because they know that you would just get the blitz sack every time. But obviously, I just do that to kill the clock because we don't need any more points. Which, no dev up there, unfortunately. Now, this is where it gets challenging. Damari Mathis, the new free agent acquisition, is going to be stepping in for this challenge, which is definitely challenging. Boom, easy clap. I knew it was something like that. I like the athleticism from Mathis so far. Hello? At least we got the touchdown saving tackle, so you do get to number 2. Man, the athleticism's there, but it's so hard to predict. Oh, that's perfect coverage. Back-to-back interceptions. Could be our chance. Could be our chance. No, I gave him too much room. And we don't... are you kidding me? This looks like a go. Kind of. Nice, D. We got the gold. Now we're just on to the special teams, which realistically, I mean, sure, it'd be nice to get them, but we don't have to get these. We might not need to get it, but we are going to. Oh, my Lord, look at that. That is so bad. I don't even need to hit anymore. I don't think it's possible to lose points unless you just miss the target completely, maybe. Could have probably done a little bit better, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's worth it, to be honest. So we ended up getting 7,500, which is a silver. So everything was gold except for this one silver for punter. But, I mean, unless you're going to try to get a dev up anyways, it's basically the same thing. You lose 500 XP. Big whoop. And that is that for the training camp. We're going to have a lot of upgrades to do, but we're probably not going to have as significant upgrades to do as we do right now. So we're going to knock these out and then call it an episode. Obviously a very long one. A very long one. Significant, but long. That's, yeah, I'm not gonna go there right now. Cordell Jackson, after that really, really bad upgrade from Rodriguez, is now a 76 overall, halfway to 77, 2 to power move, puts him at 84 power move already before even taking a real snap. Morant's release is already really good. I think we want to go with deep threat because you do get medium and deep with that, so try to add to that, and he gets a speed upgrade. 1 to speed, 2 to release, 1 to medium, 1 to deep, 1 to catch in traffic. He's now 93 speed. Unbelievable. Riley Moss, obviously don't want to lose the scheme fit, but I think slot is just so valuable that it's worth it if you were to lose it. Really good in 2 to man, 1 to zone, puts him at exactly 72 both. Then you look at Damari Mathis, another guy with a balanced in the coverage ratings, which is why I'm going to keep going slot. No upgrades in coverage for him, though, unfortunately. Chad Ryland, the man that just had the pretty successful kicking drill, going to be on to 73 overall soon enough as well. 3 to accuracy, which he definitely needs. 97 kick power already anyways. And then Ronnie Bell. Deep threat is what he is aiming for, which I think I agree. I think physical would be nice, but keep that scheme fit as long as possible. Gets 2 to release anyways, 2 to deep route, so that's fair enough. And then Hendon Hooker. Throw power is pretty much the issue for most players on this team, but he, if anyone, can definitely go without and needs more of the accuracy stuff. 2 to medium, 1 to deep. Puts him at greenish for everything at least, which is nice. And then there's a bunch of backups in here. Jadarius Lewis is a quarterback, so we obviously will take a look at him. Improviser is usually the best way to get throw power, so that's what we're going to be trying to get here with Improviser. No throw power, unfortunately. 86 is what he's going to be sitting at. Going to be hard to win the starting job with that low a throw power. Nick Jones, the number 2 cornerback of last year, went to star dev. Ends up getting a speed here, putting him at 90. A lot of really nice upgrades here, actually. Michael Turk, still good enough to get an upgrade point, which we're going to be putting into kick power, which he actually gets 1-4, as obviously you can't get anything else. 95 kick power. Walt James, who had himself a very successful tackling drill, is now a 68 overall with a bunch of different upgrades there. Very raw, but, athletic and young, so definitely has potential. And the rest are pretty much backup levels. So that is basically going to be it for this first episode of Season 2, if you want to call it that, because obviously it's the off-season from last year into this year. We have to play the Oilers, the Dreadnoughts, and the Blues up until the Week 1 preseason game, and we probably will be playing on 8-minute quarters for preseason. I think I did 5-minute quarters before, but we actually have so many question marks at quarterback that we are going to need that extra time. Anyways, like I said, if you guys enjoy this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you want to see episode 2 tomorrow, or not episode 2, but episode 2 of Season 2, 500 likes. It's a lot to ask for, but that's going to be the goal. If you're not new, really do appreciate your support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, PK for laser non-Madden content, and that is basically it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video, but until next video, where I'm really excited to see this rookie class.